Hi y'all, my name is Tina. Welcome back to Reaction Row. Today I am watching episode 7 of season 1 of Interview with the Vampire. So I'm at the finale of season 1. I don't know what's going on with Rashid, but obviously he was there in the 70s with Daniel and Louis. So he must be a vampire or some sort of supernatural creature if he looks the exact same. I wonder why he doesn't have the eyes like they do. So I thought he was human the whole time. This whole time. I thought he was just, you know, an assistant to Louis, and he was human because he feeds on him and stuff. So, oh, that's really weird. So I'm really excited to find out more about him. I like that he and Daniel are very sassy towards one another. And I want to know if Claudia and Louis are going to plot against Lestat and try to have him killed because of what all he's done to them. So we'll see. I know that Claudia for sure has it set in her mind. I just don't know about Louis yet. So we'll see. I'm going to go ahead and get started.
So, question. Can an immortal meet mortality?
Technically, yes. We were compelled to sleep in the same chamber together again. He would have it no other way. We would spend our hours enduring with little pretense of getting along, locked together in hatred. He would have it no other way. But make no mistake, Claudia was plotting.
Oh, I'm sure.
In her dear blind.
A relic before it's even gone to the print shop. There's 3 of us you must provide for tonight. He's never honored the blood as he should. Blame the teacher, not the student. Another approach is...
Who? A human or a vampire?
Are you the new postman? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll deliver letters of salvation. I did not mean to disturb.
This is a private house, and we find it disturbing when things are abandoned on our doorstep.
House. They say that Satan lives in this house, but I say different. I say angels. Angels live at 1132.
Does anyone know you came here?
No. No, I swear. I live alone. Over on Ursuline. I'm your neighbor.
We'll send St. Peter our regards.
Dear sirs and madam,
Cancer of the blood.
what is your secret? Can it be shared? I have the means to pay you. I'm dying. The medications aren't taken.
Enough! 2 in 1 night. Dolls, Bibles, letters become torches and pitchforks. We have to leave this place.
I knew it.
We have to leave New
It was
Orleans.
bound to happen.
Clean up the mess and comes a coffin. We have plans to make.
I have a plan, and it's gonna take both of us.
Maybe start by telling me the plan. I don't talk in my sleep.
You share a heart with him.
I can cut it off.
No, Louis, you can't. Spend an hour alone with him, and you're breathing in sync together. The plan only works if he's distracted.
You're really that
I
connected.
can pretend.
You can't really get rid of
I
him.
used to see this woman, Lily, just to keep appearances
He'll
up.
know. It'll only work if you give in. Give him all your heart, and I'll do the rest.
I can't do that. I'll lose myself in him.
Leave a little shelf inside there for me. I'll jump back in and pull you out before I kill him. Can you do that first, Louis? Louis.
Yeah, I can do it.
I don't know if he's going to be able to. Like she said, their breaths even
Best to travel light, I think.
synchronize. So
Reduce our valuables to a few trunks each.
it's sort of like a soulmate thing,
What about Greece?
a toxic
Heard of
soulmate
Western
thing,
civilization.
vampire soulmate
Some
thing.
worship as hot springs. Those who must be kept.
What was
And
that?
even Louis knows that
If I know Italians,
it's all
they'll be in
consuming.
Santorini with their guns out by the end of the year. No, we must follow the geese to Buenos Aires.
To make peace with you, Uncle Les.
Sister, daughter, infant, dead. He must think me an idiot.
Could you two please
Musique française pour les mères françaises.
They're so similar, Claudia and him. They're both brilliant, quick to anger, but know how to keep composed.
For you, Krista.
Dangerous
An idea.
An idea of yours.
and
It must be
manipulative.
a small gift, then.
A weak man slips a letter under his door, and the glorious vampire Lestat runs like a rat to his hole.
It's not fear but wisdom that guides our departure. It's heroic that we've lasted as long as we have.
Agreed, but shouldn't we leave on our own terms? Shouldn't we mock the city like we mock our victims?
You have something in mind, obviously.
Do nothing different. Settle our affairs, prepare to leave, but on our last night, throw a party.
Right, sister. I was coming to a party thrown by freaks.
Precisely.
It's in the dying man's letter. They want to know our secret. They think we've got the fountain of youth in here. They don't know. They're the fountain.
An amusing but needful idea.
I guess you're right. It was just a thought.
Page Louis.
Sir, you need to turn around.
Buenos Aires as fast as we can.
There's no trying. Mardi Gras is early this year. February 6th. Say it's ridiculous.
That's not how it works. They plan Mardi Gras balls a year out, sometimes years in advance.
Everyone in costume, everyone drinking. Chaos in the streets for an easy escape.
It's not worth the risk.
Told you.
Although, if we starved ourselves for a night or several nights prior, the hunger would be transcendent.
A meal fit for a king.
She knows how to play into him. I swear they're the same.
We'd like to engage your services, Mr. Anderson.
We want to throw a Mardi Gras ball.
Pay our respects to society before moving on.
Where to start? One, not in the party planning business. Two, it's January. You're a little bit behind the gun. And three, this is me and your two-tone daddies, circa 1910. And can you tell me, little girl, what's wrong with this picture?
His mustache.
You didn't have that funny X on your face back then.
Oh, the X.
What do you want?
I want to be Raj.
King of Mardi Gras.
Him? Just one question before I attempt your no doubt humiliating and reputation destroying ask. Where do you meet the devil? And what are the terms of the agreement?
They always get their way.
Come weird brothers and their doll-like sister were coming out. And the paper ticket to the event was a brick of gold for the insatiably curious.
I've chartered us a plane to Havana. 3 cabins on the SS Dundee from Havana to Rio, and 2 sleeper cars from Rio to La Arena del Plata. We'll sell what we no longer want to Max Simon, and we'll leave the rest to the auction house.
We'll need trunks that'll fit our coffins.
Make sure they have locks
Locks that trigger from the inside. It was a masterful month of preparation.
You aimed at the navel, seduced the seducer.
By the time we began our fasting, the stop would have told you the entire endeavor had been his idea to begin with.
What is it?
Yeah. Yes.
He's losing focus because he's so focused on Rashid.
We'll invite them to our home. We will lock the doors, shutter the windows, and...
And let the flesh instruct the mind.
Let the flesh instruct the mind.
Let the flesh instruct the mind.
Let the flesh
So
instruct the
fire?
mind.
Behead the bastard.
I like when they're getting along, even when they're sassy with one
Slipping back
another.
into old feelings as she
But
said I would.
it's all gonna come to a head.
But I would know sooner.
Is she going to
Poison the bait was the game.
go through with
Make
it all?
appear as if the flesh was drunk, when in fact his
Can
victim's
Lestat
brain
really
was
hear them
swollen
and
with a
pretended this
paralyzing
entire time that he
laudanum
couldn't?
and arsenic. Claudia could taste her freedom, suffered the hunger with a cold joy matched only by the sun-hot ego of the vampire king.
He's so camp. He's so big. Envy.
Now, which one of you did I pull under the stairs during that dull lecture on Don Giovanni?
That would be me. And that was my late husband giving the lecture.
And did he talk himself to death? Is there rosemary in your garden?
Yeah. Just below the porch. Our mother planted a whole bushel this past summer.
Did
Oh, she knows his tastes.
the king finds himself suddenly famished? Would you excuse me?
I sponge up the adoration. I wanted him dead. I wanted him all to myself. The fasting was a mistake. I wasn't thinking clearly. Something was off.
You miserable dogs.
Antoinette?
What about a dog?
What dog?
You just said something about a dog.
I said no such thing.
There's no one.
You're just hungry, Louis.
You heard what I said just now, didn't you? It's the dome. The architect that built this place made the U.S. Capitol. He made it so you could hear the sniping and whatnot across the way. Calls it a whispering gallery. Of course, how you heard me over the band, it's got to be one of those tricks that you and your fag, pederast, satanic trio got in your pocket.
Just get rid of him. So
Hunger's got me lightheaded.
they still don't know Antoinette is a vampire. I guess they don't really leave, so. Oh, wow. I wonder if she's been listening in on their conversations and reporting back to Lestat.
I'm gonna miss this place. There's not an inch of this city that wasn't built from the fierce wilderness that surrounds it. Hurricanes, floods, fevers. The damp climate on every painted sign, every stone facade. High windows, through which enamel bits of civilization glitter. Silhouettes emerging.
So much would be written about that grim night in New Orleans, but not a single mention of our last hour at Latrobe's. As if the only crime unfit to print took place on that dance floor.
Oh, they're all scandalized. Except that side of himself, because in the start, he was hiding.
It was my sole duty to distract Lestat. But in his mirrored eyes, the distraction reflected back onto me. And in the dead center of the Whispering Gallery, I lost the thread to my plotting and fell once more into the well with no bottom.
The gasps.
Twins. He'll be dead on his feet in an hour. Wake up!
Just trying to snap him out of it.
That's what's in a punch bowl?
Amritra, Shasmai Kausa, the Philosopher's Stone, the elixir of life.
I'm 36 years old.
Louis de Poindolac, born in 1878. I drank of the water in 1910. I'm 61 years old now.
180 years old. This coming November.
Give me that ladle. It's empty.
Not for a long time.
Oh my goodness, Louis! I like how they filmed that. The three of them lined up, the white outfits. See, this is the brutality I expected from vampires. But episode 5, man, I did not expect that because they were a family, so it was jarring. So she poisoned one of them because she figured he ran away from the guy with the cancer.
Oh dear. You broke up the pair.
I know you wanted them both, but Louis couldn't resist.
I'm sorry, my love. I saved one of them for you.
Did you?
Has he ever called him my love before?
How generous.
Because
of
that
you.
would throw me if he hadn't. I'd be like, something is wrong. Oh, whomever's been watching. He can probably smell that he's sick, maybe?
Rosemary. And something else. What is it, my love?
I think it's the gin.
I wasn't talking to you.
Laudanum.
Arsenal.
She was at the ball tonight.
She's
Like one of those
been
girls on the
listening.
telephone switchboard. Eavesdropping in on things that she shouldn't. She should never have been made, Louis. Look what she did to us. She's corrupted everything. Antoinette will be much more agreeable to our life together.
They knew that she was listening? Smart girl. What? She knew the whole time?
Lisa, you must think me an idiot. She was at the ball tonight. Not just the ball.
I'm gonna try to kill him at this party.
There's no trying. I have a plan, and it's gonna take both of us. Train's leaving in an hour. Get off that bench. He who called you him. Always the petty slights with you, Uncle Les.
Louis!
He just called that other one my love. I would be pissed if I was Louis. I don't think Louis can do it though. I don't think Louis can do it.
I'm happy it was you. You're with me.
All the blood he had filled himself with, he lay now on his back.
Mets-moi dans mon sourcil. Louis, Louis.
Put me in my coffin, Louis, Louis.
His irises rolled to the top of his head. There was no point in lingering.
So what did you do with it?
We wrapped him in a carpet. We threw him in a trunk and left him out with the garbage.
There's a feeling that she hated your guts there for a while. Why is that?
I was haunted by my brother's death, by the abandonment of my sister, by the murder of Lestat.
Murder? What murder? It was an act of mercy. State with authority. What else you'll find there? Rats. Big fucking rats. The size of Kevin Durant's sneakers. Enough blood in them to bring back the dead. Especially one in a trunk. with
Daniel's
locks
calling
on the
him
inside.
out.
You knew it, Louis. You had to. The biggest rat eater of them all.
The session is over.
Why is he in charge? Oh, who is he?
No.
It's the only way we'll know.
No! I said no!
Was it raining, Louis?
She couldn't burn him.
You cursed her into the darkness. You chose Lestat over her time and night. You got some story you want to tell the whole world about yourself?
When you hear it, you'll be ashamed. Ashamed of what you say to him
Please
now.
stop, Rashid.
10 minutes. This is the same shit that happened in San Francisco.
Not exactly.
How's it any different?
He's
Louis?
flying. His
I
eyes.
protect him from himself. Always have. Stopped him that night in San Francisco.
You were there.
As we age, the sun loses its power over us.
Oh.
It's a mediocre start to a 514-year-old vampire.
Malloy, I'd like you to meet the vampire Armand. The love of my life.
I'm so what? Y'all, I did not guess that at all. I thought Rashid Armand was human, and I would not have guessed that Louis and him were in love. Yeah, okay. This season 1, I have not seen season 2. I will be going to that soon because I want to watch. I'm so intrigued. Oh, it was so fantastically acted. Even Daniel, like Malloy, I love him. I love that he makes Louis think, and like he questions what Louis is telling him. And he's like, well, are you sure you remember that? Was it really raining? And he reminds Louis that there's certain things that he's not telling him because he's, cut it out of the book or whatever. But he reminds Louis of Lestat's nature. Like, he doesn't excuse it. And, like I was saying earlier, so the brutality of them as a family, murdering all those people, going on a rampage, all that, I expected that as them as vampires. The reason that episode 5 was so, like, heartbreaking to me is because the previous episode, when they turned Claudia, they acted like a family. And so I forgot that they could be brutal to each other. So for me, I'm like, okay, they're like a family. Oh, the two of them are in love. They have a daughter now. They're a family. And then for something like that to take place in episode 5, it was against your spouse. You know what I mean? Because Louis and Lestat had been together for 20 years or something like that. So for me to see the spouse, Lestat, treat Louis that way, and then his daughter as well, like treat her that way, it made it more like, it was too relatable to humans, I think, because we had just seen them as a family. So that's why it devastated me, because I didn't expect either one of them to treat each other like that. I did not expect Lestat to drag Louis the way he did, and throw him from the sky, or even bite at him without it being something that Louis wanted. Like, it was a lot. And the way that it was acted, and we saw it through Claudia's eyes, and she's the daughter, like, I felt like I was Claudia, and it devastated me, and I couldn't believe it. So after I got over that, and I went on to episode 6, and I was like, okay, maybe it's just a recount of Claudia, and she embellished the truth and stuff, but then Louis continued with the narration. So it kind of made it seem like it really did happen that way. But right now, with this episode that we just saw, where Daniel is basically saying, you're twisting some truths here and calling him out. So we really don't know the story. I'm sure it happened, but I'm sure there's more that we don't know. So at least that's what I'm trying to think and like justify it all in my mind. I thought Louis was going to go back with Lestat. If Lestat heals, like Malloy said, he left him alive, basically. And once he recovers, I'm sure he's going to go after Louis. It might be some time later, but I don't think that they could ever not meet up with each other if they're both still alive. I mean, they're going to be alive for a long time, so eventually I think that they'll meet again. And maybe that's what we'll see in season 2. I don't know. But this show is way more than I expected, honestly. it has a lot of different themes in it, and it's from a lot of different perspectives. I thought it was going to be a love story for the first like 3 episodes between the 2 of them, and then they have a family, and yeah, they go on a rampage sometimes in the towns that they're in, but you know, they move on. And I thought it was going to be like that, but there's a lot of like little moments in their family that we get to see and in their story. So, oh, I really enjoyed this show. I'm so thankful that y'all have recommended it to me. Now that I've seen, like I said, episode 5, now I know to be open for anything. It was just really jarring at the time for me to see it. And I'm sure I'm not the only one that felt like devastated. But with the acting is just so good. I really need to look at the behind the scenes stuff and get a feel for the behind the scenes and how they got through the process of acting those scenes out, because it was just so good. All right, well, I'm going to end there. I know that it was super long. I do have full and edited reactions on Patreon if you're interested. The links are in the description box, and I hope you have an amazing day. Bye.